Who done stepped in the game? I just need to know my levels. If anybody in the chat can let me know how my sound levels are, if I'm good, and we can get started here. And before we even, I guess this is gonna be a Q&A episode, so you guys might want to go ahead and start. If you haven't already, on Twitter, there's a questionnaire on Twitter that posts. You can either reply to that post or you can put their questions in the chat. And they could be technical questions about either one of the announcements, be it the half and half Switch Pro or PS5, what have you. We'll go from there. Who don't step in the game? I'm ShadowCasts Infinite, member of Gamers at Large, and here we go. So Birdman, how you doing in chat? Appreciate you subscribing recently. Just let me know how my levels are. If my sound's good, if you can hear me. Alright, what's up, guys? What's up, Red Fox? What's up, VC? See y'all in the chat. We can get this going. You feel good. I see you. What the fuck is going on? Everything's going on. And the world is ending apparently because I did 3 ShadowCasts in a matter of 2 weeks. No shave November. I'll stop shaving at a. I'll start shaving at a quarter to February. Peaceful, yeah. Different type of career path at that point. Definitely a different type of career path, but let's see here. Miss Red Fox, I did get your request for an invite on here. I do not think I had. I don't think I had Streamlabs set up for Discord yet. I can attempt. We see what happens from there. I don't know if you have Discord or not. I'm not like Player Essence. I can't just have all these systems rolling because I don't. This is clearly something that I do about 45 minutes a day versus all day. So. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that Wii U there. Hey, Post guy, what's going on in the chat? How you doing? Everything's good here. Kenoshi, man, haven't seen you in a while, man. Appreciate the donation, Miss Rev. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the support. Kenoshi, yeah, haven't seen you in a hot minute. You say what's going on with CES? Have I followed CES? Yes. Mechar, what's going on? And I did see the Alienware UFO. If you want to talk about that, we can. I can pull this guy up and do the full read here. But oh, dear Lord, I really really love Windows, and by love I mean pick any other word. Let's see here. So the full concept for the Switch Thick, as some people called it. I'm looking at CNET's reveal, and it's like a little long in the tooth. They won't tell you too much. It's kind of frustrating. I'm gonna change something real quick before I kill everybody's brain, because this is taking way. It's going way too quick. Okay, so let's do that. So basically, I can talk about it. Yeah, the Alienware UFO. I saw that thing. You may have seen a couple of videos from a couple of my mutuals on YouTube talking about it, and yeah, it's hilarious. It runs Windows, so I don't see the point. If I'm gonna run Windows 10 to play games, I'm definitely not gonna do it in a hot handheld. Um, that's not feasible whatsoever. I mean, it looks really nice. It looks pretty decent. It's funny because like all the buttons are the same and everything. Like they didn't even attempt. The only thing that's obviously the controller layout. They did the Xbox layout, so you have XY instead of YX. Since that's I guess that might be a Nintendo patent at some point, because nobody copies that for some whatever reason. But yeah, that thing is pretty. It's an interesting little device there. It's real interesting. This is kind of what I'm looking at here. I'll show you guys, but so y'all can see. Yeah, so this thing here is, yeah, it's a little weirdo, but whatever. I don't really too much. My thing is the actual specifications on it. Obviously, there's not too much detail because the thing isn't finished. It's just a prototype more than anything else, but they didn't even really. Switch to plays PC games is a tangible, surefire winner, but the concept is on the prototype. So if you are like me, you're devastated UFOs aren't quite real yet. Yeah, nobody wants to. I guess my thing is this. So this is supposed to be a bigger 8-inch screen. So I'm guessing the screen will probably be 1080p. But why would you even want to force that kind of performance at that kind of eye relief? I don't even want to. I mean, more pixels are always good, but 1080p on that small of a screen, I would imagine reading text would be a nightmare. But otherwise, it looks okay. Excuse me from Disney, y'all, with the scrolling, but let me go back to this. So yeah, I'm gonna do some questions today. I've got a couple I'll run through kind of quick. I think that's what I got right here. I'll run through a couple. I got one right now from Skull Racker on Twitter at Bernie Garza, what have you. Would Breath of the Wild 2 run better than the original and the flagship Switch? And as a rumored Switch Pro, will it at least upscale to 1080p? So, Breath of the Wild 2, by default, is already gonna is going to surpass any of the performance in the original Breath of the Wild game, as long as Breath of the Wild 2 was built from the ground up for Switch versus Wii U. The original game is a Wii U game, and they ported it to Switch in a short matter of time. As long as they dedicate all the resources to that platform, then I see no reason why Breath of the Wild 2 wouldn't run circles around the original game. It just kind of goes without saying as far as development tools, the available assets and whatnot, and you're not having to worry about converting from another platform. You're starting from scratch on the platform that you're used to now. So, and it's Nintendo, so depending on how much time they want to take on it, it could be significantly better than what was on original Breath of the Wild. The Room Switch Pro will at least upscale to 1080p. So the Switch Pro, and if you're talking about upscaling, like, that doesn't even really matter. What's the point of upscaling it? Because the current Switch could just upscale something to 1080p or higher, because the DSP inside the platform could do that. So, and that was the weirdest thing that I was hearing about some of these rumors about Switch Pro going all the way back to 2016. So I had a couple of conversations with some individuals that I follow and I hang around with, what have you, and we were talking about how Switch was limited because it only had DisplayPort 1.3 or what have you in it. Well, the internals is DisplayPort 1.4, and that supports up to 4 1080p displays at one time, as far as the internal bandwidth inside of the dock itself. Well, the DSP inside the Switch and the dock itself can split out to 4 1080p displays. That is equal to 4K. So actually a little bit more than 4K, because obviously you're not doing a full 4,000 columns of pixels going across. You're doing around 3,800 or so. So having 4 times 1920 going across, you have more than enough bandwidth to push for 4K if you're going to take pixels and sprinkle them around and then upscale them. So the DSP can already do that now in the Switch that launched in 2017. Whether Nintendo wants to make that available or not in the SDK is going to be up to them. But on paper, it is there. If you look up the part number for the DSP in there, they tell you the actual module. I don't know if it's Broadcom that makes it or not. I'm not really sure. I think it's Broadcom that makes it. But that actual part is more than capable of that. So, let's see. I had a couple more on Twitter. I wanted to get those out of the way first while I can, and go from there. So, let's see what I have here. Probably need to have some background music if I'm going to be doing all this. I got the whole elevator music. I need elevator music going on in the background. Let's see. Oh man, I'll have a whole lot of questions here I need to run through. There we go. So here I have a couple from. I got one from Jay Fleming, who asked, what are my thoughts on Def Jam game coming back potentially? I know nothing about that, so let me look at that and figure out what exactly the hell's going on here. So we got a Def Jam game coming, right? New Def Jam game. Let's pull that up. Let's figure out what's going on. So, God, I really do not want to read anything from IGN. But they reportedly are talking about. Oh wow, this has been a rumor since as far back as 2018. Def Jam Recordings teasing a new Def Jam fight for whoever game. All the way back to summer of 2018. That's crazy. Let's see what it says here. Def Jam fight for LA. That was a concept. That was a concept trailer. Okay, so there's a tweet from Def Jam. Let's look at the tweet. Let's see what the tweet says. Let's see the weird tweet. Okay. Happy Video Games Day. So that's what they posted. Not really sure what they replied to on that. Yeah, so that basically what happened is, so here, if you look at, I have to pull up this tweet, but if you look here, let's see. So, this tweet right here apparently is the talk of the town here, and that possibly be happening. A new Def Jam game will obviously be something that I would be interested in because I love the original Fight for New York not so much, but I definitely like the original game. It had a lot of charm, and I like the combat system and the momentum system. So that was pretty cool for me. I kind of like that, and I'm a fan of wrestling games anyway. So yeah, definitely would be into that one. So yep. So that's a definite must. Definite will do. So I'm in on that one. I'm down for that. Shit had happened, but right now if they're just teasing, I mean fuck it. So that was Jay trolling me, but yeah. So yeah, I would definitely be hip to a new Def Jam game coming. Now, a game idea guy, he trolling me. He said, so when those videos dropping about my Killer Instinct Switch video and Street Fighter 6 video? I'm go figure, man. I guess it'll come out whenever I release my networking video. I guess that'll come out at some point. He said, outside of that, what new games are you looking forward to playing this year? Man, backlog, like, so finishing stuff like Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon, believe it or not, still gotta do that. The Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, that I definitely want to get into. So those are it backlog like crazy. As far as games that are gonna release in 2020, I mean the obvious ones, Zelda. If The Last of Us 2 releases, I definitely want to check that out, and Ghost of Tsushima as well. So yeah, definitely some stuff that I want to see. And for the new consoles coming out, if Halo Infinite is going to be a launch title for the Series X, I'll be hip to that as well. So, oh, look at that. Siri thinks Series X is Siri.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
That's fucking awesome. That's great. But yeah, the Series X, if Halo Infinite comes up on there, that'll be something that I wanna get. So that's what I'm kind of looking for this year. There's other like little stuff here and there. There's the Shantae game apparently is coming this year. Obviously, I like Shantae, so I'll be playing those games. But yeah, pretty much the majority of the games that are going to get the majority of attention. Obviously, I want to play those. There's a full list of any games that I either haven't played this year already or are coming up this year. The second Ori game I definitely want to play. So just a wealth of stuff. Hell, I'll still be playing Killer Instinct. So, and I'll be streaming some of that at some point too. Y'all will see that. Y'all see how I went from being completely ass since I haven't played in like 2 years to getting back on it. Action Jack Gaming Ground says, "Do you think Nintendo should have done a mid-gen refresh to the Wii U instead of releasing the Switch by changing the look and marketing around the Wii U?" So basically, instead of the Switch coming out as a successor to Wii U, if there was a Wii U X or Wii U Pro that came out similar to what Xbox One and PlayStation 4 did. No, I don't think it would, because they saw that the Wii brand itself obviously didn't help Wii U. Trying to add more onto that brand, I think would have had the inverse effect. It basically would have just made the Wii U more of a disappointment because of the quote unquote confusion from that brand. So, Wii U anything or anything named U just didn't take off, and it didn't work in the minds in the mind as well as they thought it was going to work, which is crazy to me, because you would think that, coming from a project name like Ultra 64 in the 5th generation, you figured that them putting a U on stuff wouldn't be that big of a deal, because everybody today, they kind of still wish that Nintendo 64 was called Ultra 64, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't really think the mid-gen refresh would have been the correct approach. I think what they're doing right now is the correct approach. So, and Mr. Red Fox on here trolling me saying, "Where's my invite?" Yeah, I gotta get I gotta get Discord down on here, getting that working, so I can hit you guys up and start to do a Discord test, or we could just fucking stream it live. Who cares? The ShadowCast, we can do whatever the fuck we want. I mean, hell, if I have enough time, by the time I'm done with the questions here, I can turn this shit on and then just start inviting whoever on, and we can test it and play with it here live. Why not? So, I appreciate all y'all in the chat. Hit the like button. If you're a new subscriber, please bang the bell so you can know when I do another stream or do another upload. I'm trying to upload more videos as much as I can, but editing them fuckers on Final Cut takes a real long time. So you guys just have to bear with me. Just to be completely honest with you, it's not a full-time job, and I don't really have the I really don't. I don't have the fucking, if anything, the fortitude or the desire, really, to be honest with you, to sit there going frame by frame to make sure all these motherfuckers are color corrected and all this other kind of craziness. So, basically, let's put it this way: if any of you guys are subscribed to Mr. T, y'all are getting a very good product for free. Let's put it that way. A lot of work is involved with putting a lot of that stuff together. So, I'll try to upload some infernal thought process videos as much as I can, but right now they're few and far between, because hell, I got to get this figured out anyway, so I might as well do some more of these. But yeah, Red Foul, so I can see what I can do at the end of this. I might be able to turn this shit on and see what we can come up with here. But that should be everything on Twitter. I don't think I've seen anything else on here. Okay, so if there's any questions here in chat, I can scroll through those real quick. We can get this started. So I already talked about the Alienware UFO. That shit is not a Nintendo Switch. Anything that runs Windows is not going to be close to what a console is. Closest thing you get to that is an Xbox, and even that is a subset of Windows 10 microcode. So, alright. What do I think about Sony being the first console maker to have a logo reveal at a major event? Ain't that some shit? Well, I don't know if it'll feel good, because I think it was kind of like that for when Wii was revealed as Revolution. They had the bootleg Revolution logo, which obviously wasn't going to be final. And we saw the console, but we didn't really see the console. kind of held the thing out, then hit it real quick. So it was just one of those weird situations where it was kind of almost like that. I guess that's the closest that I've seen anyway for a console reveal. It's just really weird. And I'm like, and then you do this suspense shot as if the PlayStation 5 logo is going to look better, is going to look different than the PlayStation 4 logo or the PS3 logo before that. Now I know the PS3 logo was different originally at launch, because at launch the PlayStation 3 logo, all the branding at that point used a Spider-Man font for obvious reasons, Sony Pictures, right? But then after that, when they started rebranding the PS3 and started doing the newer models and bundles and whatnot, they took away the Spider-Man font, and then the font that you see right now for the PS5 is what Sony kept going forward. So that was around 2008, 2009, I guess. How long they've had that font for PS. So weird thing for them to do at CES. Really, really weird. So I sat there and watched that. I think that was a good 40 minutes, maybe. I wasted of my time watching them talk about, PlayStation game they've released over time, and they talked about PlayStation 5 for like 5 minutes, and it was all information we already knew. It's really weird. Megart says, "Are you planning on getting your RTX 3000 series GPU?" No. So the current rigs that I have, this guy down here, good old Trusty here that I use to play the hell out of some Tomb Raider, it is currently using Radeon stuff. So I've got a couple of RX 580s that I use, and eventually I'll get a 5700 XT at some point to put in here, just to kind of advance the gaming a little bit. This is and I'm the weird guy that does the Intel plus AMD combo. I know it's usually the other way around. You usually do Intel slash Nvidia, but I'm that weirdo where I feel that I want my AMD experience drivers, and I want to do my Intel Arc, so I know the architecture of my CPU and know all the timings and all the voltages for every core and what it's doing. So those are two things that I want to do, as far as, because obviously I want to use the PC to game, but I use it for other things too, like this crazy shit that I'm doing right now. So I need to know what all cores are doing at all times. So I don't think I will be investing in Nvidia anytime soon. I may jump for RTX at some point. I don't know if it's going to be a 2000 series or 3000 series going forward. I'm trying to decide what I would want to do anyway with a new build, because this one is perfectly fine, to be honest with you. The displays that I have currently right now, they're all 1080p displays. I don't plan on running 4K anything. I could string these together for one large display, because I can make these displays I have right now bezel-less. I can take the little plastic with things off and extend the edges of the pixels to the edge of the screen that's covered by this bezel, and kind of make like a bezel-less three display type monster, the 57 by 1080 stretch display. I could do that, but I don't really see myself doing that in the foreseeable future, to be honest with you. There's not a game that I wanna pump up like that right now. So RTX, nah, not right now, unless I do a complete build. And I mean, I just finished rebuilding a couple of Mac Pros here, so that was a significant amount of money, to be honest with you. As far as some of the other parts there, like RAM definitely was significantly more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So me doing another build will probably be at the middle of the year. I might do that. I plan on getting finally breaking the bank and getting a Lian Li case for whatever I end up doing next. So I'll do that, probably mount it on a wall or something and make it glass, and who knows, I might make a video of it or something, and maybe then I'll spring for a RTX type GPU at that point. Let's see. I have Thank you for coming in the chat. I don't know. Kind of new to me. I don't know how to even pronounce this. Barando Khan Bira, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that, but why Sony don't have any presence in competitive games. Nintendo have presence. Microsoft, why not Sony? As far as competitive games, what do you mean? I mean, as far as like games like Splatoon, or I don't understand what you mean. Like just games that are like online shooters, or just any type of game where you can compete with high scores. I mean, there are plenty of games on PlayStation that would do that. I don't know if they're necessarily Sony games, but there are plenty of PlayStation games that do that. Why Sony doesn't do that, I don't know. That's really up in the air. I don't know what the priority of their studio is with regards to that. JB's, what's going on? And let's see. Dr. Feelgood said, "Will Breath of the Wild 2 also be on the Wii U?" That would be awesome, actually. That would be hilarious if they did that. That would be the true swan song if that happened. So, and yes, DSP does mean digital signal processing. Yes, that the module that converts. So it goes twofold. So you have a module that takes the digital signal. It acts as a DAC, so it takes the digital signal and converts it to analog. If you have, say, S video, any other type of ports or what have you on there, and you also discreetly pimp out the USB to HDMI, or the HDMI or display port over whatever ports or whatever Ethernet bandwidth you want to move those pixels to. So DisplayPort is HDMI and HDMI is DisplayPort, and both of those protocols can be run over Ethernet as well. It's just pins that go out to wires, and you can map it to anything really. And as long as you meet, I guess as far as the twisted pair anyway, you won't have too much interference. As long as you meet the rating of the frequency on those pins going out, you get the full bandwidth of what it's rated for, coming out of going out of the USB-C on the bottom of the switch and being converted into all the ports inside the dock on the switch dock. So there's no DSP inside of the dock, if that was part of the question. Deadlock 7, what's going on? Appreciate it in chat. Hey guys, get the lights up for me, please, if you could, so we can have more. And I don't know. I guess I got a couple subscribers here and there. I appreciate all the new subscribers. We'll try and get to 1,000 as soon as I can here, so I can send you guys those lovely little cards that you get on YouTube, so you know when I'm doing a new video. That's the only reason I want to do it. I don't really care about bringing my subscriber count up other than that, really. If you want to subscribe. But I'm partially interested now because I want to do the little card thing and let you guys know when I get new content out. So Deadlock 7 says, just got here, but what are your thoughts on Tencent investing into Platinum Games? So I didn't really read up on that whole thing yet. I knew there was a lot of back and forth on that about Tencent. Let's read the entire brief then and see what they're talking about here. Let me see if they're talking about Platinum Games. So are they the parent owner now? I guess I can read that and see. Let's see what it says here on this briefing here. I can just read. I'll trust Polygon partially at this point because they're somewhat competent in reporting what happens on press releases. But okay, so they're not being purchased; they're just getting an investment from the company. So, all right. So it says Platinum Games getting an infusion of cash from Tencent, a Chinese internet and media company that has financial stakes in Activision. Basically, what is happening is this is almost like a venture capital firm, and Platinum Games has gotten a purchase win, if you will. Platinum Games president and CEO Kenichi Sato said this company's partnership with Tencent has no effect on the independence of our company and will continue operations under our current corporate structure. Okay, they just got money. The investment from Tencent will help Platinum strengthen our foundation as a business and expand from game development into exploring self-publishing. Okay. So they don't have to do any of that, a lot of that crazy stuff that they were doing to pay the bills in between getting big projects for either Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, right? So whatever exclusive game they do for Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo, in between that, they don't have any other projects. So what do? Oh, well, let's do this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game for insert publisher here or what have you, or let's do this. Let's help Ubisoft with, doing some environment work on one of their new games coming out, and that's how they will pay the bills in the meantime. So I guess getting an independent form of cash will help them focus more, so they can do other stuff. So, and with them doing stuff, they're mentioning here talking about Babylon's Fall. I'm guessing that's going to be a PlayStation 5 game. That's what it looks like here at this point. But they got that Bayonetta 3, and then in World of Demons, a couple of games coming up, and they just finished Astral Chain. I mean, they seem pretty busy, but if there's other stuff they need to do to expand, if they're trying to make their studio bigger, and they want to self-publish their own stuff and become their own studio, and develop a publishing arm just for Platinum Games. So Platinum Games is also a publisher and a developer. I could see how that will go. I don't know how this investment will work. I don't think it's gonna be enough money for them to fully explore that. It'll probably just buy them some time so they can do a couple of more projects down the line that don't directly depend on another third-party publisher or a first-party publisher. That's kind of what it looks like here. So, just what I'm reading here, the press release here. So, it's kind of what I'm getting. So, excuse me, guys, if I'm not reading all of the headlines here, because, I mean, fuck it. I scroll Twitter here and there, and I'll see some of the stuff, but I'm not on all of it. Jesus Toronto, I just beat Horizon. It's a pretty neat, great game. Yeah, pretty cool. I gotta finish. I'm probably not the only person that still needs to finish a couple of those games like that. And let's see. Sprite we missed that. So you and Killer Instinct is me with Super Turbo. Yes. But Super Turbo. I did. I finally upgraded my fight stick and added new buttons or whatnot. So 30th anniversary is just broken. So I don't know how to explain this, but for fighting game fans, American fighting game fans back in the day, all of the arcades had the giant bat tops on them. Not only is transitioning from the bat top to the little smaller knob that goes on most fight sticks today, not only is that a trying type of situation if that's what you were used to in arcades back then, even when you put a bat top on them, you're experimenting with gates because some arcade games were square gates and some were octagonal during the early 90s, and you didn't know. It was basically random depending on the game and whoever built the board or whoever modified the board once it came into the arcade. So you didn't really know what kind of stuff you were getting, but you got good based on what was there. So me trying to remember how I played Super Turbo with a bat top joystick, I don't remember whether it was square gate or octagonal back then, or if it was actually even circle, which would just be crazy. But I wasn't certain of what type of restriction gate that board had. I wish I was able to go back in the past, open it up, and take a picture so I could see. But for whatever reason, in Super Turbo and Street Fighter 2 Turbo, those two games in particular, it is I am extremely inconsistent with Dragon Punches, the 4-down forward motion, and I know that there's other ways to do it. So you can either take the forward motion, roll the controller down, and then try to roll back forward as you hold and press whatever the attack button is going to be, and then let it go. That's a little bit easier, but that still doesn't fit my style of frantic psychic dragon punches. You can't really do those that calmly because you're reacting to a jump, and we're talking about per frame here. So being an effective Ryu or Ken in that regard is going to be a little bit difficult if you can't master or have that come out timely. Like if I can't do 7 Shoryukens in a row, jab Shoryukens in a row across the screen, I don't feel comfortable. So, and since I'm not able to do that, as Sprite Remix saw in a couple of matches we had, yeah, that's not good for me. I can't deal with that. So, yeah, so that really, that Super Turbo I would be comfortable with again, but at this point now, if I play it again, you know who I'll be playing with. Sprite, I'll be playing with Vega again, being completely anal, because that's obviously he's a charged character, and a couple of his moves are you can buffer a lot of them and do some combos where even in the strategy guys, it doesn't seem that some of the extra hits can happen. So yeah, I'll just play Evil Vega until I can find out what the fuck is wrong with 30th anniversary. But I can play any other fighting game. So I can play Street Fighter 4. I can go on the Switch and play Ultra Street Fighter 2, and I can go back and forth all across the screen. I'm good. It's just 30th anniversary. I don't know what's going on with that, but that game in particular, I have a hard time. So I'm good, and everything else, Samurai Showdown, all the other games on Switch that have been ported to Switch at this point, it's the 5.6 is fine, and I got a Hayabusa, so yeah, so basically confirmed YouTubers on Switch Pro, yeah, they're tripping with the Switch Pro situation. So Geronimo, welcome to the chat, appreciate it. Thank you for showing up here. Appreciate it. Everybody, once again, I'll make my announcement once again. Subscribe, bang the bell. Make sure you hit the likes so this thing can get up so more people can see it. Yeah, just really want to get a subscriber count to 1,000 so I can give you guys more information before I put stuff out. So I'm looking. I feel good to say how many hours did I play my Switch in 2019? I don't know. I have to look at it and see, but I can tell you by default, at least 1,000 hours, because that's how many hours I have between Torna and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So at least 1,000 hours. Other than that, not too frantic. I guess you could say I got some things done. I finally went back and started playing some of the games I needed to finish. Like I think I'm finishing Celeste right now. Katana Zero is a really damn good game. Hey guys, y'all need to go play that game. Go buy that game. It's really damn good. It's interesting. So I definitely recommend that. Let's see. That's right. Women say ball top for life. I mean, so for my travel DOA stick, I still keep it ball top, but man, I can't. It's nothing like the old school days. Old school days was straight bat top. So, yeah, that's all right. So that's it for now. Let me see what I can do here. I don't know if I can do this at all. I don't know if it's gonna work for me. I'll try and set it up, but let me close this. Alright, so Skullrack put another question in. He says, will Nintendo overclock the CPU for Switch but not the GPU, however risking for temperature? So Nintendo is already doing that now. So in certain games like Mortal Kombat 11, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon, and a couple other games, the clock frequency for the CPU has gone up, but not for the GPU, and only on undocked for some weird reason, and not docked. And the memory clock is staying the same as well. So, one game, I think Mortal Kombat 11 has the GPU clock to go up as well on handheld mode. A couple of megahertz, but everything else is mostly just CPU. So, and that leads me to believe that a majority of the games on Switch at this point are either memory or CPU bound. So, and you throw more clock cycles at it, then you get better performance. So we shall see. And it does risk the temperature, obviously, because as you increase those clocks, you're going to get that plastic hot as you generate more electricity through the system. So, and that's just one of those things where we keep asking for stuff like Switch Pro and why don't we just update the Switch or increase the clocks? Why can't it go all the way to 2 gigahertz like the original Tegra does? And I'm like, the original Tegra is in a completely different form factor, and a lot of those set top boxes are being pimped out to be things like the ECM inside of a car and shit like that, where there's a lot more space for you to play with. It's not this little thin thing and then you have it in your hands also as well. It's an ergonomic choice. You don't want the Switch to be fucking 120 degrees and you're holding it in your hand. It's just not, that's not going to work. So, you know, you gotta imagine that Nintendo has been thinking about this kind of thing, and that's while they were doing the testing or the burning test they have with the millions of fish or what have you. That's just one of the things that they think about when they go through those things. So, says Middleman said the stream. What's up, Middleman? Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I saw you earlier in here, but you said the stream actually showed up in my sub box this time. That's awesome. Great. Fucking algorithm. Let's go. Let's get it. I appreciate it. Welcome to the ShadowCast. Yeah, this is not alcohol, but it's gonna be a ShadowCast somehow. Gotta stay a little bit healthy here. Had enough alcohol during the holidays. Jesus Torado can't decide whether to get Katana Zero or Celeste or the Messenger. Oh, I don't. So the choice. This is going to be a tough choice, but the choice is get all 3 of those games. Definitely get all 3 of those games. You want them. You want all 3 of them. So I would highly recommend all 3 of those titles. And for people that are coming in on Switch late, if you did not get it day 1, Steam World Dig 2 is a pretty damn good game. I would suggest also finding that. I'm pretty sure it might be on sale on eShop at some point. I would download that as well and play the heck out of that one. That's a pretty damn good game. So yeah, let me see if I can. It'll be interesting for me to even do this if I can. I want to see if I can. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so I'm trying to see here what I have. What's up, the Game Master? You say, how am I doing? What games are I most excited for this year and beyond? All right, I kind of already mentioned those. It's basically what you expect, but I also have a backlog as well. So there's other stuff that I'm playing right now, like Horizon Zero Dawn, Celeste. Just got through with Astral Chain and a couple other games as well. Grease is also pretty good. Played Grease. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that was pretty good. And I'll be playing probably some more. I'm going through Resident Evil 2, but on PC. So, just a couple games here and now. I'll be playing obviously the pinnacle games this year. If Halo Infinite comes out, I'll be playing that on the Xbox Series X whenever that launches this year coming up. PlayStation 5, not really sure. They haven't really announced anything as far as what's going to be where, but I'm pretty sure Ghost of Tsushima and probably not Left 4 Dead. I keep wanting to say Left 4 Dead. The Last of Us 2. I have reason to believe that those will also be launch games for PlayStation 5. So I'll be looking into those as well. And also finishing Spider-Man. So, and Spider-Man is trolling me. What shmups do I have on Switch? I think I have one. I'm not really sure. I have to look on the platform now. But I know I went and I downloaded one of them that was, I think it was on sale. I don't even remember the name of the game. I have to go and look and see. And there were, so all the other shmups I was playing on other platforms. So, and I'm gonna say my favorite is probably still tied between Radiant Silvergun and and its sequel. So Ikaruga is so wonderful and beautiful. But you play much more hardcore stuff than that. I saw some of the bullet hells you're playing, and it's just ridiculous. So I already read your question game idea, guy. I already read it, but I can look on there again. I'm trying to see what I got here as far as Discord. See if I can get a little conversation going here. See if this will work. All right, let me see what I got here. And if you got time, I can start you a video call. See if you can. I can add you on here. Why not? Why not? I can fucking test this shit and see how it works. And we can go from there. But if not, that's fine. Red Fox, if you're on there too, I can add you to the group. I just need to know if you're still on, and I'll add you. Yep, this whole week was Switch Pro, Switch Pro, Switch Pro. It was a crazy fucking week, man. Crazy week. I don't know why people are being so weird about it. And you got even IGN. Everybody's biting the bullet on this shit. I don't understand why. Like, Nintendo's just gonna do what they do. They're going to take the hardware they already have, make it as cheap as they possibly can, refine on the SoC that they have, and continue to do that until they're ready to launch the successor to the Switch. So it'll come. Let's see. Let me see if I can find you on here. Oops, you said you're here. Why don't I see you on here? I put your real name on there. I'll see if. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Alright, let me see if I can add you to it. Yeah, it's on Discord. Red Fox. It's on Discord. And I'll see if I can add this on here. Let me get all my stuff together here, and we'll see how this is gonna work. So this is gonna be the craziest test of all time. We'll see how this works here. Let me close this. Alright, so I got you on there. Let me see. I don't see me for some weird. Oh, I see why. Because I have to turn my cam off and reset it. Weird. Oh boy. So you probably hear me, right? Yeah, it's kind of hard since I already set this up on Streamlabs. It's taking over the camera. But go figure. No, it don't. It wants to take everything, man. And now it looks like it's freezing on me, but the chat is still going. So I don't know. Hey, if y'all can hear me in the chat, type something. This is hilarious because like the screen is just frozen. I think. And I don't even know if I can. If I close this out, I don't know if I can recontinue, but I'll close it and try again. Yeah, I'll have to add that part too. It says the stream is still going. That's so weird. Not really sure what to do here. I guess I have to kill it.